Good morning. So we are Saturday, June the 29th today. We are still at Minneopa State Park. We've driven through the Bison range and up onto the hill. This is the Seppmann Mill. It's an old wind-powered mill. I can give you some more information when I get up to the signs. Obviously the wind sails are not there. You can't go inside it, but this is the old mill overlooking the prairie and where they have the bison range. So alright, so here's a little information on the Seppmann Mill, and looks like construction began in 1862. Took about 2 years, and the mill was operational then. This was a privately owned mill that was used in the area for milling of flour locally, and it's had some hard times too. So it operated from 1864 to 1873 when it was struck by lightning, but then those were replaced. Continued until 1880 when a tornado came through, and continued receiving some damage. It was finally in 1890 damaged beyond repair, and also there was water and steam powered mills became into effect, and so this process became very inefficient and unprofitable. So the mill sat and was partially restored so that it could remain here. They've got a kind of an artist depiction of what it would have looked like at the time when it was in operation, and a picture actually of how it was in 1890 after it was damaged beyond repair. So we've got, we're up close to it now, but we've got the mill itself here, and then we've got a granary building behind it. So and this overlooks the hill over here and down, and I'll get out there in a minute. That's where the bison range is. So let's continue on. Alright, so walking down just a little bit farther from the mill, this is an overlook here overlooking the bison range. So this is all of, well, not all of, but a chunk of the bison range. Probably seeing roughly about half of it here. It continues on down that direction. There is a road that leads through the bison range that you can drive on. I think we've showed you that in the past. It is, well, you can see a car way over there in the middle of the screen. So, and I'll zoom all the way out here. So we're quite a ways away from it, but it runs all the way through the range and then circles up and around to the mill where we're at now. So the only way in and out of the mill besides hiking is to drive through the bison range. Beautiful day out today. It's a little warm though, mid 80s already this morning, and it's about 9:30 in the morning, so it's gonna be a warm one. Alright, so on the way back out from the mill, we found a bit of a traffic jam here. So the bison have been crossing the road and they're coming down into this water hole to cool off and get a drink. We've been told by the park rangers that there are 10 baby calves this year. There's one of them right there. But this is the herd. All right, continuing on our afternoon here. So we took a bit of a drive. We went and visited another state park. Samantha and I don't think we've ever been here. We know the kids have never been here. This is Cicada Lake State Park. We are right now on the Aquatic Quest Geocache. So I've got the GPS unit running, and we're walking down the Cicada Lake State Trail here, continuing on trying to find the geocache. So that's where we're at right now. Samantha's up ahead. So her and Violet are hanging out up there right now, walking down the trail. Kind of a little bit behind. I've got the kids back here. So that's what we're up to. Alright, good evening. So we were successful on the Aquatic Quest geocache, and we've gotten that taken care of. Then we came back to our campsite, had some supper, we cleaned up, took some showers because it's about 88 degrees right now, but has been a little bit warmer than that yet. At one point it did hit at least 90. I know Samantha said when she got back in to the traverse here after supper that it was 97 on the screen here on the thermometer. So we are out taking a drive after supper here. It's about 7 o'clock, and of course we're at Minneopa. So where are we?
Bison Range.
Bison Range. Yep. Had to come drive through the Bison Range, so see if we can spot them. So I'll update you if we see them. But I will say we did find one other thing. We have decided that this is also a bunny range. There are rabbits all over the place. So, all right, we're gonna continue our drive, and I'll check in with you after a bit.
Hey Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
What did you find? Did you find anything?
There's some big brown things over there.
Big brown things. They're camouflaging.
They're hiding in the trees as much as they can. Coming out a little bit, but otherwise hiding in the trees. Yeah, there's a couple of them there. Yeah, they're wandering in the sumac.
I was gonna say, every now and then you see the sumac just moving.
Yeah. Back there in the trees and in the sumac. So we actually talked to a park ranger about this. So they hide in the trees because that's shade, when it's hot out. But in the trees they get a lot of flies. So then they walk out and go into the sumac to brush the flies off, and then once they get the flies off, then they come and go back into the trees to cool down again, and they just kind of keep circling and going back and forth. It's a never-ending process.
There's a couple out there.
So, yeah. Not up close like they were earlier, but oh well, we still found them.